As we age, many changes take place in our bodies, and one of the most significant yet often overlooked is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. This process, known as sarcopenia, typically begins around the age of 40 and accelerates with each passing decade. By the time many individuals reach their 70s, they may have lost up to 30% of their original muscle mass. While this change is natural, it is not without consequence. Muscle isn't just about physical appearance or lifting heavy things. It plays a vital role in nearly every daily function. From standing up out of a chair, to climbing stairs, to maintaining balance and stability. As muscle decreases, so does our ability to move confidently and independently. Simple tasks that were once second nature, carrying groceries, rising from bed, or walking long distance suddenly feel exhausting or even painful. Beyond the physical limitations, there is a deeper emotional impact. Many seniors begin to feel disconnected from the vibrant, active people they once were. This loss of physical power often leads to a loss of confidence, which can result in reduced activity levels. Unfortunately, that only accelerates the decline further. The less we move, the more muscle we lose. It becomes a dangerous cycle. And it's not just about strength. Reduced muscle mass slows down metabolism, affects blood sugar control, weakens bones, and increases the risk of falls, injuries, and hospitalizations. What's most concerning is how silently and gradually it creeps in. You don't wake up one day and feel drastically weaker, but over time, those little changes add up until the body begins to feel unfamiliar. It's easy to accept this as just part of getting older, but what many don't realize is that this condition is not only preventable, it's reversible. When we ignore the steady decline of our muscle strength, the impact doesn't just remain in the muscles themselves, it spreads into nearly every area of life. One of the most immediate and dangerous outcomes is the increased risk of falling. We rely on muscle strength to catch ourselves when we trip, to navigate uneven ground, or to simply rise from a seated position. As that strength fades, even a small misstep can result in a fall, and for many seniors, a single fall can lead to a broken bone, long recovery times, or permanent loss of independence. But the consequences go beyond physical accidents. Weak muscles contribute to chronic fatigue. Daily tasks start to feel more exhausting than they used to. What was once a quick walk around the block now leaves the body drained. Over time, this leads to a more sedentary lifestyle, which further reduces muscle mass and energy. It becomes a spiral of inactivity, where each day, without movement, quietly chips away at strength and stamina. This often results in increased dependence on others for basic needs, which can affect self-esteem and personal dignity. There's also a strong connection between physical strength and mental well-being. As mobility decreases, isolation tends to increase. People begin turning down social events, avoiding travel, or skipping out on activities they once enjoyed because they fear they won't have the energy or stability to participate. This withdrawal can lead to depression, anxiety, and a diminished sense of purpose. Many don't realize how intertwined movement and mood really are. Without intervention, the mind and body both begin to slow down. What starts as a simple lack of strength can evolve into a life that feels smaller, lonelier, and harder than it ever needed to be. And yet, this entire path can be changed with just one intentional decision. No matter how much time has passed or how much strength has been lost, the human body remains incredibly responsive and adaptable. Age may slow certain processes, but it does not erase the body's ability to rebuild, recover, and grow stronger. Scientific research continues to show that muscle growth and strength gains are absolutely possible well into the later decades of life. Individuals in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond have reversed years of decline simply by introducing regular, intentional movement into their routines. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder or running marathons. It's about reclaiming the strength needed to live fully, to move freely, and to feel capable again. With consistency and the right approach, even someone who hasn't exercised in years can see measurable improvement in a matter of weeks. Muscles respond to resistance, and when that resistance is applied regularly, even gently, the body begins to change. Legs grow steadier, posture improves, and energy returns. Everyday movements become easier. Confidence comes back. There is something deeply empowering about realizing that you're not stuck where you are. You are not doomed to a slow decline or a life of limitations. The same body that has carried you through decades of life can still serve you with strength and stability. It just needs the chance to rebuild. And the best part is, you don't need a gym, expensive equipment, or hours of free time. It starts with small, manageable steps a few minutes a day. What matters most is consistency and the belief that change is possible. Because it is. The potential has always been there, waiting quietly beneath the surface. It doesn't disappear with age. It simply waits for the moment you decide to wake it up again. There is one simple habit that has the power to transform how the body feels, moves, and functions, and it doesn't require a gym membership, fancy equipment, or a background in fitness. This daily habit is resistance training intentional movement that challenges the muscles to push, pull, or hold against some kind of force. For seniors, it can be as gentle as bodyweight exercises or using light resistance bands. What matters most is that it activates the muscles and encourages them to grow stronger over time. Just 15 to 20 minutes a day of resistance-focused movement can lead to profound changes. Squats using a chair, wall push-ups, seated leg lifts, or arm curls with household items like water bottles all count. These exercises don't need to be intense or complicated. The goal is to engage the muscles regularly so they remain active, healthy, and responsive. Over time, resistance training helps restore balance, reduce joint pain, improve coordination, and enhance overall mobility. It also supports better posture, a stronger core, and greater stamina for everyday tasks. But the benefits aren't just physical. Resistance training has been shown to boost brain function, lift mood, and reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. It improves sleep quality and supports healthy blood sugar levels and heart function. This one daily habit sends a clear signal to the body: we're not done yet. It reignites systems that have been idle, and it builds a foundation for independence, confidence, and vitality. It doesn't matter if you start small. What matters is that you start. Each repetition, each stretch, each small effort adds up. Day by day, the body begins to respond. The muscles awaken. Strength returns. And with it, a sense of possibility that changes everything. Across the world, there are countless inspiring examples of individuals who decided to take control of their health later in life and completely transformed not only their strength, but their sense of purpose. These are not athletes or fitness professionals, but everyday people who once believed it was too late for change until they proved otherwise through the power of consistency and one small habit at a time. Take the story of a 74-year-old woman who had difficulty walking without assistance. She began a simple daily routine of chair exercises and light resistance band workouts in her living room. Within 3 months, she no longer needed help getting around. She reported better sleep, a brighter mood, and a sense of pride she hadn't felt in years. Another example is a 68-year-old man who, after recovering from surgery, was told to take it easy. Instead, he worked with a physical therapist to start basic resistance movements. A year later, he was hiking with his grandchildren, something he thought he'd never do again. One particularly powerful story is that of a group of seniors at a community center who began doing 20-minute group workouts every morning. Most had never exercised before. Within 6 months, they not only improved their strength, but built lasting friendships and a shared sense of motivation. Their success wasn't about fitness alone, it was about reclaiming joy, confidence, and connection. These stories show that progress isn't limited by age, only by belief. When someone decides to take that first step, no matter how small, it sets off a chain reaction. Strength leads to confidence. Confidence leads to action. And action leads to a better, fuller life. These real-life transformations are proof that the body is always ready to heal, to strengthen, and to rise again when given the chance. Every powerful transformation begins with a single step, and when it comes to reclaiming strength and vitality, that step doesn't need to be big or overwhelming. The key is to start today and to start small. Waiting for the perfect moment or the right conditions only leads to more delay, and every day without movement is a day the muscles grow weaker. But every day, with even a little bit of effort, is a day the body gets a message that it's still capable, still strong, still full of life and potential. There is no need for an intense workout plan or a complete lifestyle overhaul. One simple action each day, something as basic as standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 times or doing gentle wall push-up scan, begin the process of rebuilding strength. It's not about how much you do, but how consistently you do it. Small daily habits are more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. Over time, they add up, and begin to create visible, meaningful change. Start by setting aside just 10 minutes each day. Choose a movement that feels manageable. Use your body weight, a resistance band, or even a soup can as a weight. Track your progress, celebrate the small wins, and notice how your body responds. Each movement is a message to your muscles that they are still needed, still valued, still capable of growth. This is your moment to take control, not through grand gestures, but through quiet, steady action. The best time to begin was yesterday. The second best time is now. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. With every small effort, you're not just strengthening your body, you're strengthening your life. And that is a change worth making